Hey everyone, today, I'll review and compare the FGS Bismarck and CN Huaqing, which are relatively new battleships in the game. We'll be going over their stats, armaments, performance, and compare these aspects for each ship. At the end of this video, I'll provide my opinion on whether they're worth acquiring or not. Here are the fully upgraded stats of Bismarck. Bismarck's durability is the same as that of the USS Massachusetts, which is more than that of Admiral Isakov, but significantly less compared to the durability of CN Yamato, which possessed the highest durability for a battleship. On the other hand, Huaqing's durability is significantly higher than that of Bismarck, Massachusetts, and Admiral Isakov. On top of that, it even surpassed that of CN Yamato, which is amazing. In terms of speed, Bismarck has the same speed as Massachusetts, which is slightly lower than that of Admiral Isakov, the battleship with the highest speed. As for Huaqing, its speed is just less than that of Bismarck. As for maneuverability, Bismarck is slightly more maneuverable than Admiral Isakov, but less maneuverable compared to New Hampshire, which possessed the highest maneuverability for a battleship. Huaqing's maneuverability is greater than that of Bismarck and slightly greater than that of New Hampshire. In terms of radar range, Bismarck has the standard 8 km radar range, including Huaqing. However, in terms of sonar range, Bismarck has the same sonar range as JS Yamato, which is lower than that of Moscow, Massachusetts, Isakov, and even CN Yamato, which is quite bad. On the other hand, Huaqing's sonar range is the same as that of Massachusetts and Isakov, which is slightly lower than that of Moscow and New Hampshire. For their armaments, Bismarck has 2 missile launchers, but Huaqing doesn't have any. Bismarck has 4 big guns, while Huaqing has 3. Bismarck has 6 smaller guns of the same kind, while Huaqing has 2 types of smaller guns, carrying 4 of each. Huaqing doesn't have autocannons, while Bismarck has 4 of them. Both ships have a grenade launcher, but Bismarck has only 2, while Huaqing has 4. In terms of air defenses, Bismarck has 9 anti-air weapons, with 4 fixed to the ship, while Huaqing has 11, with 6 locked onto the ship. Lastly, both ships carry a single helicopter. As expected from a battleship, Bismarck also has impressive firepower, but its firepower is special because it's greater than that of Moscow, Massachusetts, and the rest of the battleships, which makes this battleship the most powerful of them all. The ship relies heavily on its main guns for its overall firepower, which is different from the previously added battleships. This setup enables the ship to deal significant damage without the need to use all of its weapons simultaneously. With just the use of its main guns, it can instantly inflict a serious amount of damage on the enemy ship. Aside from that, the ship is armed with missiles, extending its reach for attacking targets far away, and grenade launchers, providing a defense against underwater threats. Though they don't bring the same impact as the main guns due to their very few numbers, they still add to the ship's overall strength or firepower. Also, given that the grenade launcher is its sole weapon against underwater threats, it should be expected that its anti-submarine capability is pretty weak. As for Huaqing's firepower, it's even more impressive, as it exceeds that of Bismarck. The main gun of the ship outclassed Bismarck's due to being a railgun, which is known for its superior firepower and exceptional accuracy over long distances. If we compare it to the main gun of New Hampshire, another battleship equipped with a railgun, Huaqing's railgun may be less powerful. However, Huaqing can deal more damage overall with its main guns, as it boasts 3 of them compared to New Hampshire's 2. Moreover, just like Bismarck, its main gun makes up a huge portion of its overall firepower, making it quite dangerous. You'll have to take this ship down as a team, outsmart the player, or fight it at very long distances, especially if you're using a destroyer or frigate, as they're such a soft target for this battleship. As for its anti-submarine capability, it only has a grenade launcher to combat underwater threats, and it does pretty good damage, but it's not enough to deter underwater threats completely. Its anti-submarine capability pales in comparison to that of Admiral Isakov, resting instead at a level akin to that of the Bismarck, JS Yamato, and Moscow. Bismarck's survivability is pretty good. The ship has good durability to endure attacks, and it has the agility to engage and escape battles fast. Its air defense is a slight issue as it's kind of weak. It's on par or perhaps slightly greater than the air defense of the USS Massachusetts. Huaqing is no different. In fact, its survivability is greater than that of Bismarck because it has more durability, better anti-air capability, and an agility that is nearly as good as that of Bismarck. I think the anti-air capability is the most impressive part of its survivability, because not only does it boast a huge number of air defenses, but it also incorporates a cannon specifically designed to target aircraft. When you factor in its immense durability, this ship presents a formidable challenge for both surface vessels and aircraft to neutralize. Like most of the battleships in the game, they're best at close and mid-range combat, especially Huaqing since it doesn't have missiles. Bismarck's missiles are just a secondary weapon that will help you keep the durability of its enemies from rising significantly during long-range combat. You can engage in long-range combat with these two battleships, but of course, you need to have good aim so you can hit targets with your main weapons. Also, even if these battleships have great firepower, it's not smart to take on enemies alone. Stick close to your team and work together. Going solo when using this type of ship just puts you at risk of getting taken down quickly, especially when facing submarines. These two battleships don't have many anti-submarine weapons, hence they're quite vulnerable to underwater threats. You would need to have teammates to assist you in eliminating them. Lastly, there is a slight issue with releasing the firepower of Bismarck. The ship boasts 4 main guns, each featuring a twin barrel, and they are positioned in pairs at different locations across the vessel. This main gun configuration makes it challenging to inflict significant damage on your target when you try to attack behind an obstacle. If you want to deal significant damage with its cannon, you'd have to expose the entire body of the ship to be able to do so, which is a pretty bad move, especially considering that it doesn't have the best durability and anti-air capability for a battleship. So be mindful of the position of the ship when engaging with your opponent. It's best if you let your opponents come to you, or just avoid using it aggressively. Here is a summary of the advantages and disadvantages of Bismarck. Now, here's a summary of Huaqing's advantages and disadvantages. Overall, they're great battleships. Both possess a very lethal firepower that is much superior compared to the previous battleships, and they both have good survivability. They can certainly deal a lot of damage to enemies and endure heavy attacks. These two battleships are very worth acquiring. However, if we compare both of them, I believe Huaqing is a better choice and offers better value due to its greater firepower coupled with its much better survivability. Although the ship lacks missiles, similar to the CN Huaqing, this limitation is less of an issue compared to Huaqing. Again, this is due to its main cannon being a railgun, which boasts superior accuracy and firepower compared to conventional cannons. You just need to have a decent aim to be able to make this battleship work on the battlefield. Now, I'll leave you guys a video of the gameplay of the two ships for you guys to see how it perform in battle, and that'll be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys liked this video, and if you all did, please leave a like and subscribe to support me. Thank you so much for watching.
Heading 050, half ahead. We are flooding fast. Engage damage control body. Right